It's your girl Dominic Spinelli, and guess who's coffee zooted? It's me. Let me drown it out with a little water. Still zooted, and I took my vitamins, okay? It is a great day. How are y'all doing today? My weekend was jam-packed, and I'm just so grateful. Let me tell y'all, okay? Let me put on my headphones so I can hear me say what I'm about to say. Hold up. Me. Somebody was touching my mic again. Me. Okay, so I can say what I wanted to say. Tennessee, you guys have been so good to me. Legit. Your kindness is unmatched. I am like overjoyed. I don't think, like, if I restarted my life in New Jersey instead of Tennessee, hold on, let me turn the internet. I'm turning the Wi-Fi off. There we go. Had I restarted my life, like if I was from here and restarted my life over there, I'm not sure, like in New Jersey, I'm not sure that the kindness that I've seen here exists there. I'm genuinely not sure. And I just love y'all. All my Tennessee friends, all my Tennessee family, thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, it's lit. It's lit. I've just, man, my heart is overflowing, y'all. And then coming from New Jersey, moving here, you realize how mean you actually might be. And I'm one of the happier ones. Like, you realize how mean you actually might be. And it's like people's kindness constantly. I often hear, like, you don't like lead people to Jesus. Like, you show them his love through you and your actions. And like, y'all are excelling over here. If I wasn't a believer, I would be a believer, because where's all this kindness coming from? All the time? To strangers? You know? I've really been blessed. I'm so grateful for all of y'all. And I can literally say, like, Tennessee family. Like, I really appreciate y'all. And it's so many. It's not like, oh, it's just 3. Like, no, it's overflowing. I've been invited to more Christmases this year than ever in my life. I've been invited to more Thanksgivings this year than ever in my life. And I'm just so grateful for y'all. Genuinely, I'm so grateful for y'all. So with that said, I've got some decisions to make about the holidays, but I'm just grateful to be here, guys. And because of your love and kindness to me, I can truly say that I've had one of those Grinchy Christmases, and Christmas isn't even here yet, but one of those Grinchy Christmases where his heart grows several sizes. I keep feeling that. And I keep saying, I'm like, Lord, my heart is growing. My heart is growing. And that's so nice. It's so nice, guys. And it's just from y'all just being nice people. And it makes me want to be a nicer person. I'm a happy person. I'm not always the nicest, but I'm happy. But I'm learning that the kindness. It's the kindness. The kindness. And that, it really means a lot. My little heart just keeps growing. Like, even people where, like, I'd be like, and then every single time God's like, watch this. And then I experience kindness, and it's like, Dom, like, whoa. So I'm changing in live time. Again, I've already lived at least 12 lives at this point. So it's just very nice. So thank y'all. And like, it's really one of my goals to be that way all the time. It really is. Like, if I could accomplish something living out here, it would be that. It would be that kindness. It's just so funny. Because, like, when I do my prayer journals and stuff, like, there's, like, a little gratitude section where you write what you're grateful for, you know? And it's always, like, Holy Spirit, sobriety. And I've noticed that what keeps coming up is kindness. It keeps showing up. And I'm like, yeah, That, yeah, yo. So, my little heart. I'm praying on my word of 2026. I haven't gotten it yet, but I done said kindness like 8 times. So maybe that's, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait until I get my answer for real, but that might be it. Yesterday, I had lunch with some new friends, and now we locked in, so that's lit. And then after that, I did like a Dirty Santa Christmas party with some more new friends, and my chest started hurting. And it didn't hurt in a way where I was like worried, but I was like, I think my heart is growing. It wasn't on the side of my heart, praise God. That's why I wasn't worried. That's the point. It was like my chest started hurting. I was like, oh Lord. I was like, I think my heart is growing. And then on the way home, I'm driving, I'm talking to the Lord, and I'm like, Lord, I said, I think you're trying to tell me that my heart is growing. I was like, if I'm right about this, can you make this pain go away? Because it hurts. And by the time I got home, my chest stopped hurting. And I was like, I get it. I didn't know I was the Grinch. But epiphany, though, living in New Jersey, those first few years that my sister and I had an apartment, I would say that. Like, no, like I'm the Grinch. Like, no, we're not doing none of this holiday cheer stuff. But that's because I was with the whole pagan, it was like a pagan holiday and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I'm telling you, I really need to just write the book at this point. I just write the book. Let me see, do I have a tissue? I'm a little snotty-nosed princess, I'm telling you. And it's too snotty for me to lay this nose down. I may have to come back to y'all because I done started crying in the morning. Every time I wear mascara, I cry. I don't think I'm supposed to wear mascara. When I don't wear it, the chances of me crying are much less. Soon as I put on mascara, and every time I put it on, I'll be like, I'm not gonna cry today. And next thing you know, I'm in tears. Every single time. I need a mascara sponsor. A waterproof mascara sponsor. Because, come on now, anybody that does makeup knows and understands that until you put the mascara and or the lashes on, the look is not complete. So I be having makeup on and then I'm like, I'm not complete. But I know that if I put on the mascara, I will be in tears within the next 3 hours after that. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, 3 hours after that. In tears. Every single time. Lord, I need a tissue. Hold on, I might have one. Well, would you look at that? I told you, I'm the snotty-nosed princess. Hold on, excuse me. I tell y'all, all I do is cry and snot. And that's okay. And that's okay. I'm human. And apparently my heart has grown 3 sizes in 8 months. All right, y'all. Let's lay this news down. Let's lay this news down. Can you breathe? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's do it to it then. The City of Greenfield and the Northwest Tennessee Development District received a $750,000 grant from the Tennessee Housing Development Agency to rebuild and rehab homes. Greenfield City Recorder Jerica Spikes told Thunderbolt News about the process of getting the grant.
Last year, they told us that we were available for it, and they applied, and we got it. So there was $750,000 put aside for Greenfield from the Tennessee Housing Development Association. So we got approved, and so we had an application process, and people applied for it, and there were qualifications that had to be met, and they drew names, 1 through how many ever applications it was. They went to their house to see if they needed a whole new house or did they just need like some rehab done. And so the first 2 were complete rebuilds, and then I believe believe number 3 and 4 was rehab. Now they're just working down the list. I think there's a couple more houses that they're going to be doing.
NWTN Development District Housing Coordinator Jessica Baker said of the 16 applicants, 6 were chosen.
We had 16 eligible applicants in the random draw. So I think there was more that applied, but not everyone got us all the documents they needed. And so there were 16 eligible in the pot.
Ms. Baker said this grant has had life-changing impacts. Ms. Baker said this grant has life-changing impacts.
We had one recently in Greenfield, and he was almost in tears talking about, because they all get to see it kind of coming up because they're nearby. So it's not a complete surprise, but seeing how they're excited about the process, or seeing it coming up, if it's a rebuild, or some of them, they don't, if it is a rehab, they don't know what it's looking like. But it has definitely brought people to tears, seeing the change that it's going to have on them in their going forward, the new home environment that they're going to have. So that's what I love doing it, because that, it makes a big difference having someone's home repaired or completely rebuilt for them.
With this grant, Greenfield has been able to rebuild 3 homes and repair 3 homes in just over a year. Let me chop this up properly because I made several mistakes, and that's okay. But let's fix it. Again, I'm coffee-zooted. Let me see.
Greenfield City Recorder Jerica Spikes told Thunderbolt News about the process of getting the grant. NWTN Development District Housing Coordinator Greenfield City Recorder Jerica Spikes told Thunderbolt News about the process of getting the grant. NWTN Development District Housing Coordinator Jessica Baker said of the 16 applicants, 6 were chosen.
Okay, why aren't my sounds connecting? Somebody was playing with the board. Somebody was playing with the board. Jeez, the freaking wheeze, man.
Build and rehab homes. Greenfield City Recorder Jerica NWT.
I'm like, I'm gonna leave a note that says if you touch it, put it back. Because now I literally have to fix the board. I don't know why my sounds aren't playing. I never said I was the best at this. Jeez Louise. Are y'all serious? Let me just try again. It's like a kick in the chest, man. Because now all I have is my sound, but not the sound. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna fix it. It's just like, come the frig on. Let me see.
Last year, they told us that we were available for it, and they applied, and we got it.
Let me see. Hold on. Hit record.
Last year, they told us that we were available for it.
It's not connected at all. And I should have known because that sound doesn't sound correct. I think it's that one. Please, Lord, let it be that one. Please. I'm shooting in the dark here. Let me see.
Last year, they told us that we were available for it, and they applied, and we got it. So there was $750,000.
Who's getting better at doing their job?
For Greenfield from the Tennessee Housing Development Association. So we got approved, and so we had an application process, and people applied for it, and there was qualifications that had to be met. And they drew names, 1 through how many ever applications it was. And they went to their house to see if they needed a whole new house or did they just need like some rehab done. And so the first 2 were complete rebuilds. And then I believe number 3 and 4 was rehab. Now they're just working down the list. I think there's a couple more houses that they're going to be doing.
Who's getting great at doing their job? It's me. It's me. It's me. Shooting in the dark every doggone day. It's me. It's me. It's me. Yo, what the heck?
16 applicants, 6 were chosen.
Like, come on, guys. Stop touching stuff. Better yet, touch whatever you want. Just put it back how you found it. You're slowing my roll. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
16 eligible applicants in the random. We had
Wait, lady. I'm sorry.
We had 16 eligible applicants in the random draw. So I think there was more that applied, but not everyone got us all the documents they needed. And so there were 16 eligible in the pot.
Pause. Thank you. Okay. There we go. And line it up for success. Thank you.
We had one recently in Greenfield, and he was almost in tears talking about, because they all get to see it kind of coming up because they're nearby. So it's not a complete surprise, but seeing how they're excited about the process of seeing it coming up, if it's a rebuild, or some of them, they don't, if it is a rehab, they don't know what it's looking like. But it has definitely brought people to tears, seeing the change that it's going to have on them in their going forward, in the new home environment that they're going to have. So that's what I love doing it, because it makes a big difference having someone's home repaired or completely rebuilt for them.
Okay, so I have fixed the problem. Now we can go on to the next story. Amen. All right, let's do it. Mic is on. Mic is on. Can't hear it. Mic is on. Turn it up. Mic is on. Okay. Lifeline Blood Services of West Tennessee will have several blood mobiles in Northwest Tennessee this week. Today, they'll be at Tate Family Foods in Greenfield from 12 to 5 and E.W. James in Union City from 1 to 7. Tomorrow, they'll be taking donations at the Walmart in Martin from 1 to 6. And Wednesday morning, they'll be at E.W. James in McKenzie from 10 to 3. Lifeline is currently in desperate need for blood in West Tennessee. Lifeline serves 21 West Tennessee counties and 2 regional areas. I actually might go donate some blood tomorrow. I think I got something to give. Even though that last time, I was tired for like 3 days. I was like, oh, y'all really took a lot of blood. But shout out to whoever received it. Golly. All right, next one. TDOT's 5th annual No Trash November collected over 77,000 pounds of litter during their month-long initiative. This year's effort surpassed the statewide... Hold up.
This year's effort.
This year's effort surpassed the statewide goal of 75,000 pounds, demonstrating the collective impact of communities, volunteers, and partners working together across Tennessee. Earlier this year, Governor Bill Lee proclaimed November as No Trash November month in the state of Tennessee. Throughout the month, almost 2,500 volunteers participated in 205 cleanup events, collecting over 3,500 bags of litter, weighing a total of 77,129 pounds. It's a little hard to breathe. My nose is snotty because I be getting emotional. Like Carl Thomas, I'm emotional. What? Speaking of emotional, okay, the other day I was sitting in my room. What was it, Friday night? I was in my room with my cats and we were just chilling. And I looked over at young charcuterie, eatery, Spinelli. And I'm like, dang, like I really love him. Like he's really my friend. Like that's really my son. He about to be 4 years old. Like that's my boy. He was born on my bedroom floor. Like that's my boy. I just looked at him and I just started like, I laid my little head on his tummy. And you know what? You can't do that with all cats. I laid my little head on his tummy, and I was like, I just love you so much, my boy. Next thing you know, I'm crying. And, you know, he don't like water, for real. He really doesn't like water. So he like, girl. And the whole time I'm like crying on his tummy, and I'm thinking to myself, if one tear hits his tummy, he's going to freak out. So I'm like, it's okay, my brother. I just love him so much, y'all. And the thought that, like, you know, to not have him in my life like that hurts, you know. He really made a sacrifice for me coming all the way down here to New Jersey. He really did. We both sacrificed to be here, and I'm just so grateful for my friend, young charcuterie eatery Spinelli. Weakley County students are off for winter break this week. They will... I'm zooted. I'm all over the place. Don't judge me, judge yourself. Come on now. I'll just read the whole thing over. It's quicker. Weakley County students are off for winter break this week. They will return to school on Tuesday, January 6th to continue learning until their next day off, January 19th, for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm emotional, and I can't let you go. All right, this one might be a rough read because somebody did, this is not my story, somebody did crazy edits on this bad boy, though. University of Tennessee President Randy Boyd. I want to read it again. I read it like there was a comma there. University of Tennessee President Randy Boyd took part in the fall commencement services at UT Martin December 13th. During his visit, President Boyd was asked about projects that will be discussed during the upcoming General Assembly. All right, so I only messed it up a little bit. Let me see.
Took part in the fall commencement services, and Randy Boyd took part.
Right here.
Took part.
And clean chop. What the?
President Randy Boyd took part in the fall commencement services at UT Martin December 13th.
Take that breath out.
At UT Martin December 13th. At UT Martin December 13th. During it
Nice.
will be discussed during the upcoming General Assembly.
I am trying to hold on to you, though it hurts me so. The mic is on. Sorry. The mic is on. That the love we once shared now is through.
We're really focused on some capital projects, and the most important of which, or the top priority, is a new College of Medicine building at UT Health Science Center. A new College of Medicine isn't a facility for University of Tennessee's Health Science Center. It's not for Memphis. It's not for UT broadly even. It's for the state of Tennessee because our state is struggling to have healthcare workers, and the University of Tennessee Health Science Center is the #1 producer of them. If they don't have a facility that can attract and then produce the talent that we need in the healthcare, our state is going to be in big trouble. So I think the governor and the legislature are very supportive of this idea, but we will find out. Another priority, just below the College of Medicine, is a new center that we're calling the Cattle Outreach and Workforce Center, a really cool acronym, CAL, here at UT Martin. That's a facility that will be able to train our vet students and animal science students on large animals in general, and we'll be able to teach artificial insemination and other things, and actually even be able to let producers around the region be able to use the facility as well.
They say I talk fast. Golly, Randy Boyd. The UT president tells us why the Tennessee system continues to see growth in student enrollment.
Well, I think we've just got a great set of leaders at all our campuses. Chancellor Freeman is doing an amazing job. You know, UT Knoxville is doing great, another 4% increase. One of the flagships across the country, especially in the Southeast, are attracting students at record levels. But Greenville campuses have been struggling. And what UT Martin is doing is an outlier. No, it's going against what you see all across the country. The Northwest Tennessee population has been declining. And yet, year after year, 2 years in a row, we have an 8+% increase in enrollment. I think it's a testament to the facilities, to the faculty, to the great culture on the campus, but also to the great leadership.
President Randy Boyd is now in his 8th year as the university. President Randy Boyd is now in his 8th year as the University of Tennessee. Girl, I don't even try. Like, come on. President Randy Boyd is now in his 8th year in the University of Tennessee system. A convicted felon on parole out of Kentucky was arrested by Sharon Police Chief Gary Eddings following a domestic dispute. Chief Eddings arrived on the scene about 2 a.m. Sunday and learned Kevin Dale Irvin, who makes his residence in Dukedom, left his pickup on the premises. Later in the day, Chief Eddings observed Irvin driving by the resident's home and pulled him over, asking about a confrontation earlier. During questioning, Eddings found a 9mm gun underneath the truck seat and the smell of marijuana in a black box. Irvin then took off running on foot for about half a mile, and officers were able to detain him with help from Greenfield and the sheriff's department. Irvin will be in court this afternoon for a hearing. I would go, but they're just going to be like, read him his charges and stuff. He's not. Nobody got killed, so I don't need to. Praise God, nobody got killed. So I don't need to slide over there. But I can call the police department later on this afternoon and see if I can get his documentation. You know what's funny? Growing up, my dad was always like, mind your business. Mind your business. And in this job, like, I don't really get to do that. I'm a professional at minding my business, y'all. I will mind the mess out of my business. In this job, you can't. You gotta ask questions. You gotta be nosy. Like, it's admirable to be a nosy journalist. And I'm like, I don't ask questions, and I don't really like being asked too many questions. Not too many. You can ask me questions, but not a bunch. Because I be minding my business. But that doesn't work in this job field, so I get to embrace my inner nosy, even though I'm not nosy, because I be minding my business.
In a black box.
You know what? I should change it from nosy to curious. I think if I use the word curious, that's a little bit better. I like that. I like the way that feels. Yeah, because I'm not nosy, and I don't want to be nosy. But I can be curious. I think curious is cute.
In a black box. Irvin then took off running on foot for about half. Convicted felon on parole out of Kentucky was arrested by Sharon Police Chief Gary Eddings following a domestic dispute. Chief Eddings arrived on the scene about 2 a.m. Sunday and learned Kevin Dale Irvin, who makes his residence in Dukedom, left his pickup on the premises. Later in the day, Chief Eddings observed Irvin driving by the resident's home and pulled him over, asking about her. During questioning, Eddings found a 9mm gun underneath.
Got it. Okay. That is cute. Again, they have distraction TV on today, this morning. Usually it's the news. Dozens of Tennessee state parks will host first day hikes on New Year's Day. The events are part of the national celebration for America's 250th anniversary. West Tennessee hikes will include Reelfoot Lakes and Paris Landing. The Reelfoot Lake hike will take place from 10 until 11 and will be a guided boardwalk hike of just under half a mile. Participants will meet at the Reelfoot Lake State Park Visitor Center. Participants will meet at the Reelfoot Lake State Park Visitor Center on State Route 21 east in Tiptonville. The hike is limited to 35 individuals and will include discussion on the lake history and native wildlife. The Paris Landing State Park hike will take place from 9:30 until 11:30 and will include a 2.5-mile trail at Camp Hazelwood. It sounds hesitant. I'm really getting better at what it sounds like.
Dozens of Tennessee state parks will host first day hikes on New Year's Day. The events are part of the national celebration for America's 2 West Tennessee hikes will include Reelfoot Lakes and Paris Landing. The Reelfoot Lake hike will take place from 10 until 11. Dozens of Tennessee events are part of the national celebration. West Tennessee hikes will include the Reelfoot Lake hike will take place from 10 until 11. Participants will meet at the Reelfoot Lake State Park Visitor Center.
See how it sounds hesitant versus.
Participants will meet at the Reelfoot Lake State Park Visitor Center on State Route 21 east in Tiptonville. The hike is limited to 35 individuals and will include discussion on the lake history and native wildlife.
Take that out.
The Paris Landing State Park hike will take place from 9:30 until 11:30 and will include a 2.5-mile trail at Camp Hazelwood and will include a 2 until 11:30 and will include
right there.
Lake history and native wildlife. The Paris Landing State Park hike will take place from 9:30 until 11:30.
Well, what in the hay?
And will include a 2.5
Right there.
Camp Hazelwood and will include a 2.5-mile trail at Camp.
All right, cool. Next. The TVA's producer-focused marketing program, Pick Tennessee Products, has been awarded a $20,000 America 250 grant to support statewide outreach celebrating the upcoming 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Pick Tennessee Products connects consumers with thousands of Tennessee farm direct and locally made items. Through the grant, Pick Tennessee Products will spotlight the people and products that reflect our state's agricultural legacy. America 250 is a national initiative focused on commemorating the nation's history and the people and communities shaping its future. Grant funding will support year-round expanded promotions, including enhanced social media campaigns, themed decorations, and educational displays at the Wilson County, Tennessee State Fair, as well as pop-up promotional events.
The State Fair, as well.
Boom. Pomegranates out for Christmas, huh? Okay. Somebody's got to change the channel. but I've got to get up to do it. All right, last one. Then I'll leave y'all alone. The Union City school system has been recognized by the Tennessee Department of Education. School Communications Director Mike Hutchins said all 3 schools received a letter grade of A for 2024-2025 in the state report card data. The school letter grade provides a snapshot of how each school is meeting the state's expectations for learning. That includes measures of student achievement and academic growth, as well as college and career readiness for high schools. The calculation to generate A through F letter grades consists of 4 separate indicators and includes the growth of the highest need students. The latest accomplishment comes 1 month after all 3 Union City campuses were recognized as federal reward schools. I don't like the way that sounds. The latest accomplishment comes 1 month after all 3 Union City campuses were recognized as federal reward. Come on, man. As federal reward schools by Governor Bill Lee and the Department of Education. Okay. I think we're good now.
That includes measures of student achievement and academic growth, as well as college and career readiness for high schools. The calculation to generate A through F letter grades consists of 4 includes the growth of the highest need students. This accomplishment comes from The latest accomplishment comes 1 month after all 3.
Hold on. Come on.
The latest accomplishment comes 1 month after all 3 Union City campuses. The latest accomplishment comes.
Hold on. One more time.
As federal reward schools by Governor Bill Lee and the Department of Education.
Nice, but hold on.
The latest accomplishment comes 1 month after all 3 Union City campuses were recognized as federal
Right there. All right. And let's listen.
All 3 Union City campuses were recognized as federal reward schools.
I said it's slow, but I'd rather say it than make it sound funny. Let me see.
Campuses were recognized as federal reward schools by Governor Bill Lee and the Department of Education.
I can live with that. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, I guess, for my 10,000 hours. We're going to be doing this for a while, but it's okay, right? Because you're supposed to enjoy the process. So I hope y'all enjoyed me enjoying the process. And yeah, have a great day. Have a great day. My goal today is like every day, and it's to reflect kindness. Not just be nice, not just be happy, but to be kind. And there is a difference, right? So, yeah. No more being the Grinch, huh? The Grinch. Bye, guys.